Hello, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. Continuing our adventures in the White March.
All right, then.
Oh, it's working! Yes! I can't believe it! It's really... Oh. My ore locating divination tool. Well, that's what it will be. I have to calibrate it. Right now it seems to think you're a copper deposit. My Animancer contacts did suggest that a particular strong soul essence might interfere. I'm more interested in minerals in any case. I'm trying to recreate the instruments that first led the Pargrin dwarves to this mountain. This is my latest prototype. Centuries ago, dwarves carrying tools just like this one followed their readings to what is now the battery. If I can recreate their work, then I may be able to find ore deposits elsewhere. I was hoping to test it, but my arrival was delayed by word of the ogre attack. I haven't been able to find anyone to venture up the mountain since. Oh, of course! A real field test is worth the investment. I just have to adjust the device. It should point you toward metal deposits. We already know the battery rests on some rich veins, but I was hoping to get a reading of the surrounding mountainside. If you can follow the readings to ore and bring back a sample, I can use it to refine the device. Thanks ever so much for this.
Hey,
Do a little prospecting. Let's see. Come down to this side of the waterfront.
Fish! Freshly caught! Me and Sledge are thinking about heading down, joining a caravan over to Dawning.
Dawning? What for? You like your ogres bigger?
Fresh We'd have work at least. And I'm damn sick of fish.
There's a lot of
Hey.
talking.
Effigy's eyes! It looks at me! Ah!
I think this town is just full of cowards. Nobody fought. He's afraid of
Hey.
fish heads. Ooh. Did I quick save? Okay, good. Oh, let us prepare her. Okay, well, there's no reason to take that neck off. We'll take the helm, though. And, well, he's a monk, this companion, so maybe he should be unarmed. I should probably give him a range, but I can give him anything. So, now let's see. What's some light armor for you to be putting back on? What was this? This was 25? 20. Guess we'll just give her this 25%. I don't know what she was wearing before.
Hey.
You must forgive, Zawa. I was not expecting you. Resting my eyes, I thought, waiting for the Malkachoa to bring me insight. It would seem I dozed. A good thing my master was not alive to see it. Are you real?
I like these options. Lie, no. Lie, yes. Wait a minute. Does this mean I'm insane? Let's go with number 6.
We shall let the matter rest for now, then, until the Malkachoa wears off. A small white mushroom. I have heard it called snowcap in these lands. It can reveal the true nature of many. A teacher, not an owner. Zawa is a free man. Well, as free as any of us.
I like him.
I was freeing myself from vanity. Consider, how can one be vain who is bathed in the smell of dead fish? I had the idea when I passed this way earlier. I am pleased with the results so far. Yes, quite pleased.
I might like this companion.
From battle, yes. I left them upon my enemies. These were struck against fear. These against pleasure. These against hatred. Those down there against greed and doubt. And these were for vanity. I cannot take credit for all of them, but I did most of the good ones. I put them there in battle to remind myself what is real and what is. Our worst enemies are inventions of the mind, pleasure, fear. When we see them for what they are, we become unstoppable. I feel I have been close, but never for more than in the moment when the pain is sharpest, the world becomes clear. In that moment, I am a match for anyone. Of course, I am fortunate to have suffered so much. If I did not suffer, I would not aspire to free myself from it. I would wander from one unfulfilling goal to the next. More wealth, a better station. My soul would wither. But to search for a place beyond suffering's reach is to nurture the soul, to harden it against the elements. Suffering is the greatest gift the gods have given us, their most beautiful, perfect creation. It is the hand that turns the wheel. Gods, no. What a way to travel the world. The usual way is to smear yourself with the ashes of the dead. But they do not burn their dead here, so I have to make do with what the land provides. The cold seems to conquer the smell. Even now, the scent hides itself. Disappointing. I was visiting a monastery not far from here. I found it empty, but I met a messenger as I left.
Isn't that where she needs to go?
He carried a call for aid. Seeing that he would find no monks at the monastery, I chose to go in their place. Zawa is no longer young, but in combat he is still the greatest of the Takan people. It seemed only right that he should go.
I got hired too.
I would not say I am hired. I seek no wage, and I promise no result. I have chosen a path, and my spoils come from walking it. And this fortress, this Durgan's battery, its people are gone. Zawa would know why. If one wishes to swim, it is no time to argue with the current. We are here together in this moment because a perfect force has willed it. Who is Zawa to argue? I will walk with you so long as the gods wish it so.
Right, let's replace
Our
Grieving
paths shall
Mother.
part.
We'll see how this goes. And
Zawa is ready.
I played a monk when the game very first came out. Got partway into Act 2 as a monk as my main character. Guess we're gonna go for survival first. Grab lesser wounds first. Grab swift strikes. Grab lightning strikes. Okay, we're up to +2 damage reduction. Okay, all kinds of stuff. Stunning blow is probably what we'll grab. Yeah, 2 per encounter. Grab stunning blow. So level 6. Yeah, mortification of the soul. He's got a lot of options. That's kind of cool. So every time he gains a wound, he does a little bit of AoE damage. Kind of like that. So every time a hostile effect expires, he gains bonuses for 20 seconds. Interesting. I'll do Force of Anguish because I like the I want more per wound attacks. I'm not really sure what to do with him, actually. So it's a peasant. Oh, yeah, there is an unarmed. That's what we'll do. So gain +6 accuracy with unarmed. Perfect. And we will save up for lore 9 at the next level. It's kind of cool. I kind of like this rooting pain. I like the idea that every time he gets a wound, he does AoE damage. This, I kind of like this the long thing too. So many great options. Let's grab rooting pain first. We'll save up. Probably could have put 1 point into sneak. Let's do that actually. So can I give him something that recovers health? Should I do that? I guess I'm thinking more like Veterans Recovery. Yeah. Let's do it.
Too predictable.
Cool.
Hey,
So, getting a very different party than what I'm used to.
All right,
We'll see how
then.
this goes.
hey.
Don't think I've been in the fishery.
Ah, now we can all free ourselves from vanity.
I'm not getting in a barrel of fish, dude. Let's guess grab Taz. Do a little bit of
Got it.
oh, not gonna be able to, huh? Okay, that's
Quickly and quietly.
okay, I am able to reset. Maybe. Ah, perfect. Let's try that again and
Quickly
grab this
and
one.
quietly.
No, not gonna make it.
Hey,
Alright. Out we go. Gonna be a lot of loading screens in this episode as I go in and out of all these buildings.
Feels like it's hardly worth putting the huts back up.
Better than standing out here shivering.
Alright, let's just go into Renegal's home, which is where I need to go
Hey,
quest. I do need to remember to come back to talk to that guy.
been looking everywhere for you.
Oh, what the heck, let's just talk to them now. Okay, so Long Watch has one band of bad people. Alright. Thermal.
Hey,
And what do you want, Rayfold?
figured you'd be out of here in a flash after the fighting died down. Most people don't stick around after they figure out the ogres are making regular visits. I would have helped fight them monsters off, you know, if I didn't think I'd just get in the way. And with you there to handle things, everything turned out well enough, didn't it? Don't see why Havrick's still sour at me. Oh, Havrick's the innkeeper over at the Grave's Rest. I may have been hiding in the inn when the fighting started. The raid didn't improve his disposition any. Did you know he has a whole case of Fenland liquor in there? I keep offering to buy it off him, but he says he's saving it up for when the batteries open again, as if we're gonna last that long. Anyhow, he said he'd thrash me up and down the mountain if I didn't leave him be. That's, that's what Havrick said, actually. Look, I'm not proud of it, but I'm no warrior. What am I gonna do? Throw a net on them? They say a single drop changes your life. You'll never want to have a drink of anything else. Probably that's all rubbish, but it's supposed to be very good. It's delusional is what it is. Hey, look, maybe, not that you have the face for it or anything, but maybe you could help me out. Averick keeps all the good stock in the inn cellar. Out of sight, you see. I mean, it's bound to be under lock and key, but I'm sure he wouldn't miss a single bottle. Not with everything that's going on. I'll pay you for it. I swear it. We'll split my wages. And the bottle, too, if you like. I just want to be able to say these lips have tasted the best the Ishamael Plains have to offer. Nothing so kind. You try living here a few years and see how you turn out.
Oh, those were bounties I picked up.
Hey,
Talking to Teldor. Okay, so we gotta go to the cellar in the inn. But first, let's talk to the mayor.
They've destroyed the stockade, Mother. It's...
Enough. They're gone. Ah, the champion of Defiance Bay. Must have been a long journey. Well, I'm sure you wagered on a more civilized welcome. Still, we're much obliged for your capable intervention. What's in it, to be exact? Stalwart isn't much more than a grease stain on a map. What roads we've got in the White March are basically tracks in the snow. And for every trader or adventurer that comes through, 3 of our own leave for good. But it weren't always so. There was a time when kings and queens sent their firstborn to these mountains, when the White March was the envy of empires. The Pargrin dwarves transformed the White March once. We could bring some of that greatness back to Stalwart, but we need the White Forge. Of course, been over 200 years since anyone's felt so much as a summery breeze near it. I'm hoping you can do something about that. We've been trying to breach Durgan's battery for over a year now. Problem is, the other expeditions can't so much as dent the front door. A dozen different groups have come through at our request, and several more besides. Been hoping that one of them could clear the way through Durgan's battery. But young or old, green or seasoned, it don't seem to matter. They cast their spells, chisel at the door, and search the grounds until they've worn new treads into the old The lucky ones eventually go home. Plenty more find themselves on the wrong side of a blizzard, or an ogre raiding party. We're an old mining town. Or we were until the Adirans pulled out and left us with a half-dug mine shaft and something resembling an inn. Since then, it's been a steady decline. You've seen the roads. Isn't much we can produce that the Valians can't ship cheaper. But the White Forge, well, if we could fire it up again and start producing Durgan steel, or something close to it, wouldn't matter if we're in the White March or the Living Lands, business would come. That's the long and short of it. We're laborers and fisherfolk, not adventurers. But Durgan steel could put Stalwart on the map again, open up the mines, bring in new business. We just need the White Forge.
Finally, someone talking sense.
Durgan steel wasn't just good. It was some of the best. We need the best if we're going to keep Stalwart alive. No one alive today has seen the White Forge, but the old stories tell that it was powerful, glowed white-hot, and gave off a steady, even heat, unlike any other furnace. Let better-schooled folk puzzle over how the thing was built. I just want to see it put to use, because you can shave stone with it, cleave cast iron in two, and the stuff's as rare as it is remarkable. If we could make something even half as good, we'd have a market at our doorstep and work enough for all of Stalwart. Where should I start? Ogres, blizzards, or sheer damned inaccessibility? It ain't for lack of trying, I'll tell you that much. Got untold riches in Durgan steel lying just inside, and never mind the White Forge itself. The Adirans who first settled Stalwart tried to crack it. So did the Valians, and every other cocky adventurer with more metal than sense. But the place has a funny way of sealing itself up. Front door stays shut, the tower entrances are clogged with rubble, and it's been impossible to blast a way in. It don't bear dwelling on. There's too many superstitions about that place as it is.
Killed each other off. Or so the old books say.
Plenty of tales to go around, but none of them open the battery. And the last thing people need is another reason to fear the place. Whatever it was, the other Pargrin dwarven settlements in the White March, Bone Picker, the Hawk, and the rest, emptied out not long after. Moved to gentler, greener land.
Had the right idea, if you ask me.
Pargrin's a word in their language. Means traveler. They've been wanderers for generations, but I couldn't tell you much more. The battery's up the mountain to the north, a good hike away.
Near Galvino's place, huh?
So it is, though I was going to suggest dealing with that ogre camp before anything. Mestre Galvino, as the old crosspatch prefers it, lives by himself and keeps the wilder and beasts at bay through sheer foulness of his temper.
She means to say he's a skilled smith and animancer, who's lived in the shadow of Durgan's battery for over a decade.
And he butters his bread on both sides and fits his left shoe before his right. But that's neither here nor there. Me and the rest of the town. He knows better than to linger at our gates. Old lunatic finally went too far. And we sent word to the Valiant Academies. I don't like speaking on it, but if you want to get his guff, just remind him that we gave him the boot.
Ain't nobody here fond of the man, but he's a clever hand and a quick study. It's a fool who thinks he stayed so close to the battery without figuring something about it.
You said as much to the last party, and we haven't seen hide nor hair of him since. Maybe they didn't run afoul of Baragon's ogres after all. Just watch your step. Galvino's place is a ways east of the battery, and folk who pass it bring unsettling tales. Belongs to flames that whisper. Matron Baragon's clan. Hunters tell me they've been active of late.
Hunting elk and otherwise minding their own damn business.
Minding their own business. Never mind the latest expedition's disappearance or the broken stockade.
I'm saying we shouldn't agitate him further.
The brawl outside was just the latest patch of trouble. The ogre clans are getting bolder, and we'll all sleep easier knowing they aren't circling our walls. Also, Baragons like to have whatever the last expedition found. Rumor has it they disappeared near her turf.
Killing a matron will only make our problems worse. The way to approach Baragon is with your hands held high.
If anyone could parley with an ogre, I suppose it'd be you. But they aren't known for their patience with prattle. Good. Before you leave town, stop by the Grave's Rest. Most visitors to Stalwart spend some time there, so Hafric and his patrons may be able to give you the lay of the land. What's on your mind? The Pargrin dwarves guarded it like a mother bear. What's on your mind? Adir founded us back in their colonial days to supply ore to the Empire. Saw a fair bit of traffic from both sides of the White March then. But after the Deerwood claimed independence, Defiance Bay found cheaper places to get ore. Didn't have much reason to maintain our supply routes. Officially. Though with the state the roads are in, you wouldn't guess it. Here in the center? Let's see. The Grave's Rest is next door. Hafric can set you up with a room and a hot meal there. The fishery's just on the edge of the lake, and the Temple of Andra is next to it. No one keeps a secret like Lavda. Or so I'm told. A few folk live in this part of town, too. Seemed a lot safer before the ogres broke through the western gate. Thiersch lives next to the old mine shaft. And Tana, the old mine overseer, is next door to me. I'm the mayor, or so I'm reminded every time there's a game shortage, ogre attack, or a neighbor. I'm a builder by trade, though. Traveled all over Air Glonfoth and the Deerwood in my younger days, but ended up back here anyway. What's on your mind? They didn't volunteer much, and I knew better than to ask. I've seen all types charging through here. Professional company, but these folk, I don't know what they were after. Wish I could tell you more. What's on your mind?
Yeah? Time to see and not be seen.
Something else you need? About the only thing folk here haven't tried. Killing one more matron won't change things for long. Besides, her clan's flames that whisper. The one that attacked us was Wolf with many mouths. I'd know him anywhere.
They're cut from the same cloth, Aldrich. Only a matter of time before Baragon marches through that gap in our walls.
It's a fool's hope. A fantasy that's kept these parts inhabited longer than they should be. They say the Pargrunan dwarves developed Durgan's steel, became powerful, and then one day, they locked their doors and died. Nothing like a mystery to stir folk up. Most of Stalwart is convinced that some Pargrin secret'll save us all. But that don't stop them from whispering a prayer when they pass the old fortress. Mother's convinced that a magic forge will turn this frozen crack into a hub of civilization. She can't accept this place is dying. Me, I'd just as soon move on. I'm a carpenter, Mother's a builder, so it felt like a good fit at the time. Not that we've got a lot of new folk to build houses and furnishings for. These days, I spend most of my time fixing up the stockade. Hey.
Any luck with Durgan's battery?
A lot of conversations. A little bit more voice acting, too.
Hey.
Let's just poke through the north real quick. Open it up. We'll get there. Right. We need to rob a cellar.
Ooh, still can't feel my fingers. Thought I'd found shelter when I stumbled across this little village. Guessing you did too, huh? As much blood as there was in the streets, I'm lucky the ale's still flowing. Thought all the whispers about Durgan's battery were just village superstition. And maybe they are. But I might have been on my guard if I'd listened. I was part of an expedition, hunting for relics from Durgan's battery. We picked up a good haul, too. So it figures that's when the winds pick up and the sky starts dumping snow. We lost sight of the road. Meanwhile, something else found us. Took Liam out before we even realized we were surrounded. And then we see him coming out of the snow. These little four-armed wilder. Lagufoth, they're called. Quick little bastards. Francesca and I held them off as long as we could, but when they filled her full of darts, I turned tail and ran. Found my way here and thanked my luck for escaping the Lagufoth. Then come to find out that this town's got an ogre problem. Don't I know it? I need to get those artifacts. Not that I'm in any shape to go after them myself. But I can't afford to return to Defiance Bay without something to show for my expedition. But you might be able to get past the Lagufoth. You're light on your feet.
Ooh, cool. A stealth check. I don't think I've seen those before.
I'll give you a cut for anything you bring back, of course. I ain't asking for charity. I just can't afford to go home empty-handed. Like I said, we were treasure hunting near Durgan's battery when we were ambushed. What else do you want to know?
Does that mean she's like, what, a drug user?
Who? No, that would have been somebody else. We didn't meet with Renengild, or anyone else in town for that matter. We were operating on our own.
Maybe her story's a little fishy.
We took out several loans to pay for our trip out here. I'm gonna have trouble if I don't pay them back.
Bet she was a drug mule.
What's left of it should be near Durgan's battery. If you stumble across the Lagufoth, you'll know you're close. Just that it's been locked up tight for 200 years on account of those dwarves having a row. Which means that any trinkets from inside fetch a nice price. Sorry, I'm more of a businesswoman than a historian.
Hey.
What are they playing? Darts? It's a little tasteless. Alright, fine. Alright, we'll try that. Cool. Wonder if I can do that again. Win more money.
Hey,
Let's see. Ooh, I'm gonna lose. Alright, well.
hey.
We broke even. We'll call it quits. Hey, Katie.
Oh, it's you. I'm so glad you came by. I hoped I'd have the chance to thank you properly. They told me what happened. God's bless you, sir. I know it was foolish of me to run in there. But this ring is all that I have of my family. Oh, I'm managing. Fenway's, it was hard seeing what's left of the house. Sentiment, mostly. When he first settled here, it was supposed to commemorate his fresh start. He passed it on to his daughter, and my mother gave it to me. Funny. Rayvold was just in here asking after the same thing. Guess that stuff really is popular. Haverick has some, but he says the Fenland stuff's not for sale. And he's rigged up the cellar like a battlefield trying to keep people out. Sorry. If anyone deserves a drink, it's you, sir. But I don't think I could convince him. Oh, I wouldn't get 2 feet past the steps. He's forever accusing me of sneaking sweets. Listen, Haverick showed me how one of the traps worked, so I wouldn't get too close if I had to pop down for supplies. I'm pretty sure I can disable it. Just give me a little time. And please don't get caught.
Hey.
Okay, so she's going to undo some traps. Kinda don't want that though, because I want the experience from undoing them myself. Let's pop downstairs real quick.
Yeah? Would you look at this?
You're awful.
There, done. There, done. There, done. There, done. There, done. There, done. Would you look at this?
Alright, got the Fenland liquor. Doesn't look like I'm gonna be able to loot these. I think I have that book, so we're good there. It's a lot of money there, sitting on the table. Alright, I think I'm going to call it quits here for this episode. As always, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.